GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening. Our Sunday shore forecast promises sunny skies and perfect surf for Wildwood's beaches, while a recent cyber attack on Cape May water utilities reminds us to stay vigilant. Wildwood's baseball on the sand kicks off this weekend, and the Salty Sailor opens on Pacific Avenue. Over to you, Jake.
The Boardwalk Craft Show opens tomorrow on 5 Mile Beach, featuring over 50 local artisans showcasing handmade jewelry, pottery, and coastal-inspired artwork throughout the weekend.
The event runs from Saturday morning until Sunday evening, with live music at the Fox Park Amphitheater and complimentary refreshments for visitors of all ages.
All participating vendors are local, and a portion of proceeds supports the Wildwood Community Arts Fund, benefiting future public art projects and youth workshops.
Plenty to share about our community today, and this craft show is just the start. Let's dive into the news. Here are our top stories. Sunday's forecast promises bright skies and gentle breezes across the Wildwood coast, with warm surf conditions ideal for swimmers and boardwalk strolls. Alyssa Kowalczyk has the full story.
Sunny skies dominate the Jersey Shore on Sunday, August 9, 2026, with temperatures climbing into the high 70s and light breezes off the Atlantic. NJ 101.5's latest forecast calls for steady sunshine along the Wildwood Boardwalk, the bays, and the wider shoreline. Swell heights are expected to stay modest, around 1 to 2 feet, keeping surf conditions gentle for families and casual riders. UV index will rise to a moderate level, so sunscreen and hats are recommended for beachgoers. Evening tides will pull back early, leaving a wide stretch of sand for sunset strolls. The forecast holds through the afternoon, giving residents and visitors ample time to enjoy outdoor activities before night falls. Alyssa Kowalczyk, GMNA News, Wildwood.
Yesterday, unknown hackers breached the monitoring networks of the Cape May Water and Sewer Department and the Woodbine Water Department in southern New Jersey. The intrusion gave the attackers view into system data, but stopped short of manipulating pumps, valves, or distribution controls. Officials confirmed that water treatment and delivery continued without interruption, and no customer data was reported stolen. State cybersecurity officials have been called in to assess the breach and advise on immediate safeguards. The incident follows a recent spate of attacks on municipal water services across the region, underscoring the growing exposure of essential infrastructure to digital threats. Both departments said they are reviewing security protocols and will work with federal partners to harden defenses. Residents are urged to stay informed as authorities monitor the situation and implement recommended protections.
The Wawa on Route 1 reopened today after a brief shutdown caused by a fuel leak. Officials said crews sealed the leak and cleared the area by early afternoon, allowing the store to resume normal service. The closure lasted roughly 3 hours, and the doors opened again at about 3 p.m. with staff ready to serve the steady stream of drivers heading to the boardwalk. Customers who stopped by earlier noted the doors were locked and warning signs posted while the issue was addressed. Wildwood officials confirmed the repair met safety standards and that no injuries were reported. The quick fix restores a key convenience spot for locals and visitors, many of whom rely on the shop for snacks, coffee, and fuel on their trips to 5 Mile Beach. Management thanked the public for their patience and assured that routine inspections will keep the site safe moving forward.
Cape May County officials have opened a call for young artists to submit designs for the 2027 Summer Beach Tags, offering a chance to showcase local talent across the shoreline. Danielle Fior has the full story.
County officials in Cape May are opening a statewide contest, inviting artists under 25 to design the beach tags that will line the shoreline in the summer of 2027. The tags, small metal plaques that greet visitors at each access point, will feature original artwork chosen from the submissions. Organizers say the program aims to give young creators a public platform while adding fresh visual flair to the popular summer scene. Entries must be submitted online by early fall, and a panel of local designers will select a handful to be produced and installed along the coast. Winners will see their work displayed on every sign that marks the tide line entry points. Danielle Fior, GMNA News, Cape May.
Sand kicked up and the sound of tiny gloves snapping echo along the boardwalk as the Mudhen Beach baseball tournament rolls through its final day. 40 youth teams from across the region have taken to the shore's soft surface, swapping traditional diamonds for dunes. Organizers say the sand field format gives kids a fresh challenge while drawing families onto the promenade for picnics and cheering. Games run from morning until dusk, with brackets narrowing as the afternoon approaches. Spectators spot a mix of seasoned little leaguers and first-time players, all swapping stories between innings. Local vendors have set up near the bleachers, offering cold drinks and salty snacks, adding to the festive vibe. The tournament, now in its third weekend, continues to showcase Wildwood's knack for turning ordinary summer days into memorable community gatherings. Coming up, Wildwood Council voted 5-2 to redevelop Wonderland Pier, plus more local news after the break. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes, the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
Welcome back. Wildwood City Council approved a plan today to redevelop the long-vacant Wonderland Pier site, passing the measure by a 5-2 vote. The council said the project will breathe new life into the historic boardwalk attraction that has sat empty for years. Officials outlined a mixed-use design that blends modern amenities with nods to the pier's classic architecture, aiming to draw visitors back to the waterfront. Supporters highlighted the potential boost to local businesses and tourism, while a small group of council members raised concerns about cost and environmental impact. The decision marks the first major step toward turning the neglected property into a vibrant destination, setting the stage for future construction phases that could reshape the shoreline. Construction is slated to begin early next year, with the council hoping the revamped pier will be operational by the summer of 2027.
Wildwood merchants report a notable rise in sales and foot traffic this early August, following the 4th of July celebrations downtown. The surge highlights expanding tourist activity and a vibrant summer economy. Sean Mulvaney has the full story.
Merchants along Main Street reported a sharp uptick in both sales and customer counts this week, following the 4th of July festivities. In the post-holiday stretch of early August, shop owners said revenue climbed noticeably while storefronts saw more tourists lingering on the boardwalk. Several boutique owners noted that their cash registers rang faster than in the preceding weeks, and cafes reported longer lines during lunchtime. The surge aligns with a broader pattern of heightened visitor numbers that have been fueling the downtown summer market. Business leaders attribute the bounce to the extended holiday weekend and the steady flow of out-of-town shoppers drawn to the seaside atmosphere. Sean Mulvaney, GMNA News, Downtown.
The Boardwalk Signature Carousel is slated for removal this summer as part of a broader redevelopment plan announced by Wildwood officials. The project, now underway, will see the historic ride dismantled and the vacant space transformed into a flexible venue for events, dining, and public art. City leaders say the change aims to modernize the shoreline attraction while opening new opportunities for visitors and local businesses. Construction crews are expected to begin disassembly in early July, with the cleared area ready for new installations by late fall. Officials emphasize that the redesign will preserve the boardwalk's classic atmosphere even as it adapts to contemporary demands. The initiative forms the latest phase of a multi-year effort to revitalize Wildwood's coastal promenade. Tourists have long gathered around the carousel, making it a photo favorite spot, and officials hope the new layout will sustain that appeal while supporting future growth.
Production crews from a hit television series have rolled into Wildwood this week, setting up cameras along the boardwalk, the lighthouse, and the historic pier. The crew is filming a new episode that threads the town's iconic spots into the storyline, giving viewers a fresh look at our seaside charm. Local businesses are seeing a buzz as crew members pause for coffee and snap photos of storefronts. Town officials say the shoot puts Wildwood in the national media spotlight, and tourism promoters are hopeful the exposure will draw more visitors when the episode airs later this season. Police have coordinated safe routes for the vehicles, and a few streets have temporary closures to accommodate the set. Residents are spotting familiar lights and equipment near the promenade, and the energy feels like a celebration of everything that makes 5 Mile Beach a favorite stop for travelers.
Wildwood's baseball on the beach opens this weekend in the Wildwoods, New Jersey, with games running from August 7 through 9, 2026. The family-friendly tournament draws locals and visitors alike. Danielle Fior has the full story.
Beachside fields are buzzing as Wildwood's baseball on the beach kicks off its first weekend of the season. Over 3 days, from August 7th through 9th, teams of all ages take the sand for fast pitch games, while families line the shoreline to watch. Organizers have set up temporary bleachers, concession stands, and a kids' zone, turning the boardwalk stretch into a lively arena. Local vendors are serving classic summer fare, and visitors from neighboring towns are mingling with longtime residents. The event promises a relaxed, family-friendly atmosphere, with scheduled matchups every afternoon and evening under the sunset. Attendance is expected to swell as the community embraces another summer tradition. Danielle Fior, GMNA News, Wildwood.
Let's take a look at the Sunday shore forecast and see how those sunny skies will shine.
A strengthening southwest jet stream is capping tonight, locking in heat while steering dry, high-pressure air over Wildwood. On this date, the all-time heat record sits at 90 degrees, set in 2025 during a lingering midsummer ridge that pushed temperatures well above normal. The cold record is 55 degrees, logged in 2016 when an Arctic trough slipped unexpectedly far south, dumping a rare freeze on the region. Today's normal high hovers around 87 degrees with a low near 74. So even the current 88 degrees feels warm, but remains shy of that historic peak. Turning to the live radar, the screen is spotless, no echoes across the lake or inland. That emptiness confirms the high-pressure dome that's been sliding eastward, suppressing lift and keeping moisture locked aloft. With the southwest jet cruising at 60 miles per hour overhead, any stray shower would be sheared out before reaching the city. The quiet field lets us shift focus to tonight's outlook. At 6 p.m. Wildwood sits under a clear sky with a temperature of 88 degrees, feeling like 95, and a dew point of 72. Humidity rests at 59%, while a light west wind at 7 miles per hour drifts across the surface. Pressure is near average but rising, sealing in the dry air that has been building all afternoon. Overhead, a fast southwest jet at 60 miles per hour rides the mid-level ridge, flattening the atmosphere and choking any upward motion. With the ridge anchored, tonight's low will hold at 73 degrees and the sky will stay mostly clear until after midnight. The ultraviolet index sits at 7 and wind will not exceed 9 miles per hour from the southwest. No weather alerts are in effect, so residents can plan evening activities without concern. Monday repeats today's warmth with a high of 91 degrees and a low of 73, under another clear sky as the ridge remains anchored. Tuesday eases a few degrees, topping at 86 while a thin cloud layer brings a 25% chance of rain, signaling the first hint of a slow, moist intrusion from the north. Wednesday steadies at 82 degrees high, low staying at 73, and the sky clears again as the jet stream shifts slightly northward, reinforcing stability. Thursday's high holds at 82, but the low rises to 75, and overcast conditions dominate, reflecting lingering moisture ahead of a gentle trough. Friday rounds the workweek with a high of 84, low of 73, and continued overcast skies as the system slowly drifts east, keeping temperatures modest. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.
Up next, the Boardwalk Craft Show kicks off, the Phillies add a reliever, and the Salty Sailor opens its doors. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes, the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
The biggest story on the roads tonight is that there are none. Route 1, County Route 524 and the Garden State Parkway are all flowing freely, with travel times holding steady at around 10 minutes between the town line and the boardwalk. No accidents or construction are showing up on the feeds, and there are no lane closures to speak of. That means commuters heading home from the downtown restaurants can expect a smooth ride, and anyone heading out to the shore for a night stroll should find clear lanes all the way to the beach. Looking ahead to this evening, the only thing to watch for is the usual school run traffic around the elementary complex on Main Street, where a short surge of cars can build up between 5 and 6 o'clock. Otherwise, the network remains open, and you're likely to get home without a hitch.
First up, the 9th Annual Navy SEAL Challenge hits Lincoln Avenue Beach today, a grueling contest that lets locals watch elite training drills right on our shoreline. Next, the Wildwood Tattoo Beach Bash opens at the Wildwoods, turning the boardwalk into a living canvas of ink, music, and surf, a must-see for art lovers and party-goers. Over on the Boardwalk Craft Show spreads stalls from pier to promenade, offering handmade jewelry, ceramics, and beach-ready decor without leaving the sand. At Fox Park Amphitheater, the free concert series presents tonight's lineup of local bands, keeping the summer soundtrack alive. Looking ahead, tomorrow's Music in the Plaza brings free live tunes downtown, Wildwood's August Restaurant Week offers chef specials across town, and Sunrise Yoga on the beach provides a calm start to the day. Stay tuned for more weekend vibes. And now here's Luke with sports.
Summer heat fuels a packed weekend of Phillies drama and Eagles camp revelations. Philadelphia added right-hander Chase Sugart as a long relief option after a blown 10th inning highlighted the bullpen's heavy usage. His fresh arm gives manager flexibility and could shore up late-game matchups as the Phillies chase a playoff push. Turner's defensive woes have eased. After 18 errors, he's gone error-free since July 27, crediting a new setup and rhythm. That adjustment could tighten the shortstop spot, reducing extra outs and bolstering the Phillies' late-season defensive reliability. Eagles held their longest summer practice on July 30th, ending with a full team scrimmage that showcased Saquon Barkley's speed and the depth of the offensive unit. Coaches will use the extended reps to fine-tune rotations and assess emerging talent before the regular season. The Washington Commanders will enter Week 1 without starting left tackle Laramie Tunsil, sidelined by a torn triceps. That injury gives the Eagles a clear edge on the line, potentially simplifying pass protection schemes and opening running lanes against a depleted opponent. Nola attempted to battle through a 104.8 mph line drive that struck his right knee and bounced off his left ankle, but after a few warm-up pitches he exited with a bruised knee. His early departure forces the Phillies to lean on bullpen depth as the rotation reshapes. Lane Johnson announced that the 2026 campaign will probably be his final NFL season, signaling a potential vacancy at right tackle. The Eagles must now evaluate younger options and consider free agent moves to sustain the protection of Jalen Hurts as the postseason approaches.
The Salty Sailor at 123 Pacific Avenue in downtown Wildwood opened its doors this week, bringing a fresh-catch seafood concept to the heart of the city. Chef Marco Rivera, the owner, sources every fish from local bays and farms, crafting a waterfront-inspired menu that runs from buttery lobster rolls to crisp cedar plank salmon. The restaurant launched on August 8, 2026, creating 12 new jobs and adding a vibrant dining spot for tourists strolling the boardwalk and for longtime residents seeking a taste of the sea. It's more than a new eatery, it's a reminder that our community thrives when we celebrate the flavors of our own waters. Stay tuned as we explore the 3.4-acre Cape May waterfront site poised for major redevelopment. More after the break. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
Welcome back. A 3.4-acre waterfront parcel in Cape May County is open for development proposals, with responses due by August 25, 2026, potentially enhancing the waterfront and local economy. Danielle Fior has the full story.
At the edge of the Cape May shoreline, a 3.4-acre parcel sits idle, its vacant lots and rusted pier framing a view of the Atlantic. A consortium of developers has filed a proposal to reshape the site, envisioning a mixed-use complex that could include retail space, waterfront dining, and limited residential units. The plan calls for new road access, upgraded utilities, and a public promenade along the water's edge. County officials have opened a request for comments, giving interested parties until August 25, 2026, to submit feedback. If approved, the project would be the largest new construction on the county's waterfront in years, potentially drawing visitors and new jobs to the area. Danielle Fior, GMNA News, Cape May.
New Jersey Department of Transportation approved a $193 million project to rebuild 3 Garden State Parkway exits, including the Route 37 exit serving beachgoers, with construction starting in 2027. Sean Mulvaney has the full story.
Work on the Garden State Parkway is set to tackle 3 of its most dangerous exits, a project the state is budgeting at $193 million. The upgrades focus on the Route 37 interchange that feeds thousands of beachgoers each summer, along with 2 other high crash points along the shoreline corridor. Engineers plan to rebuild ramp geometry, add new lighting and install modern safety barriers, aiming to cut the accident rate that has plagued the stretch for years. Construction crews are slated to break ground in 2027, with the work expected to run through the peak travel season to minimize disruption for holiday traffic. Sean Mulvaney, GMNA News, Route 37.
Thank you, Wildwood, for joining us on the local sunset. Tonight's Mudhen Beach Baseball Tournament lit up the sand and reminded us why our community shines. We appreciate your viewership and look forward to bringing you more stories tomorrow. Stay tuned and have a wonderful night.